This is a call duck, and they are the smaller ducks that we're hatching. And if you look at a call duck, you'll notice that they look very small, and they are. They're significantly smaller than regular ducks, but they also have a very short bill compared to a regular duck. So everything about them is short and stubby. And because of this, they sometimes have a hard time hatching. They will be sitting in their membrane, and then they will break through the membrane into the little air sac. But once they've made it to the air sac, they have a hard time breaking the shell because of that short little beak. Once they get into the air sac, they have about 24 hours worth of air. And then if they don't hatch, they'll actually suffocate. And so what a lot of people do is they create emergency holes. So this is a duck egg, and at the top of it, if you were to shine a flashlight on it, you would see the air sac, which makes up about, by the time the ducks are ready to hatch, maybe an eighth of the egg. So what you do is you take an itty bitty little screwdriver or screw, and you very, very gently kind of tap a little hole in there, so that when the duckling pops a hole through its membrane and gets to that air sac, if it takes them longer than 12 to 24 hours to hatch, they have access to fresh air. So that is how you help a duck egg or a call duck hatch. When they break the membrane internally, that's called an internal pip. And then when they break the shell to get their little breathing hole, which we've artificially created for them, that's called an external pip. Once they've made an external pip, they hang out in the egg for about 12 hours, give or take a little bit, and then they'll do what they call a zip, which is they break around the shell, around this line usually, the air sac line. They break around it, and they zip around, and eventually this whole top part will pop off, and that's where the duckling will come out of. So that is what we're looking at. This morning we put in the safety air hole, so we should have ducks in 2 to 3 days. Going back to the call ducks have an interesting history. They were developed as small ducks that hunters would put on ponds, and they call out. They quack very loudly and convince other ducklings or ducks to come in from the sky for the hunters to shoot. Interesting stuff.